Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. It is Lupe here. It is August 2nd and it's been exactly 1 week since orientation. What I want to do today is really talk about how it went and how unexpectedly different it was from what I thought orientation would be like. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And I would also love to get some advice from you guys, anyone that's done this before, who is completely blind or visually impaired. I would just love to hear your experiences, any tips and tricks on how to make this new education journey easier and better and smooth sailing. I would really appreciate it. So let's get into the video. Apologies for the sounds. There are people here today, even though it's a Friday. I have the fan on. It's barely like 10 in the morning, and it's already very steamy in here. And excuse my chair. You guys know she's old. But yeah, so I did do a vlog. I will link that below. Hopefully I remember. So I'm not really going to really get into the nitty gritty of it because I want to focus on the advisor area. But I will go quickly through the schedule of the day. So we got there 8 in the morning. We actually got there like around 7:30 and we just ate breakfast in the parking lot in the car. We almost immediately had a problem, but it turned out that I completely forgot that Kimberly did mention that she was having trouble registering a guest for me, but it was an easy fix. We were able to get my sister in. And there was a complimentary breakfast, but we didn't go because they opened the auditorium about an hour early and we just headed in. So the introduction presentation began at 9:15. It was really cute because we were divided into houses and they did like a little video that kind of reminded me of like Harry Potter world. It was kind of cute. But it was a bunch of speeches welcoming us new students in. They were talking about the orientation leaders and who they were, just introducing themselves. And then we headed off to another building into classrooms. There was 2 groups. Each group was divided into, had 2 houses, and each group was divided into classrooms. And we did a virtual tour of the campus, which was not useful for me at all. And that was one of the things I was actually looking forward to, but I didn't actually get to have that. So we just sat in there in that classroom for about an hour before we headed off, like around 11:10 to, I think it was another building across campus for the resource fair. There was 4 to 5 departments there. None of them I needed or wanted to speak with, so I didn't really participate. This was one of the areas where my anxiety started to lift its head, and really I was really getting overwhelmed. There was this room, everyone was in there, super loud, really warm. People kept like pushing past me. It was just getting really overwhelming, so I just stepped out. We were in there about an hour. We headed back to the classrooms, and this is where we sat down and really went into each department, the nitty gritty, what services each one's had, what things were covered by our we were able to use, like the swimming pool, the gyms. Anything that was covered by our tuition was pointed out to us. And there was like a 30-minute conversation about pricing and parking, which I don't need. So I would say 90% of the information that was told within this hour and a half, I didn't really need, because I would never use it no matter how many years I was on this campus. So kind of a waste of time for me. And so was the virtual tour because I couldn't see it. I couldn't even experience it because it was on a screen. We headed off to lunch, which I didn't eat. And then we went to the advisor section, which was the last section. The 2 women that met me were part of the College of Ethnic Studies, which each department is called a college at university, or the specific university. And so within my college, there's only 3 majors, Chicano Studies being one of them. African Pan Studies, another one, and I forgot the last one. Well, yeah, so these women were amazing. They came and they treated me like any other student. They didn't make me feel odd or different. They shook my hands. They spoke to me first. I introduced my sister to them, and it was fantastic. So, because in this specific time slot, I was the only one in the College of Ethnic Studies. So instead of sitting in the open area, we went up to their offices. But before doing that, they did take me to get my ID, which I got it. It was like a 5-minute thing. It was really easy. We beat the line, we beat the crowd, which is fantastic. And then we went over to their office. My advisor is fantastic. She's very verbally descriptive. She's not embarrassed to ask about anything. She was really aware of my being that it might take me longer to get places. It might, I need extra time. She was aware of Ito's schedule, and we found a good schedule for me. Campus is crazy, so that's the only thing that makes me nervous. But she was very accommodating. She was very willing to let me explore the website as much as I possibly could. I never felt pressured. I never felt like I was wasting her time. So I'm excited to get to work with her these couple of semesters. And yeah, so that was orientation. As you guys can see, it was like 70% sitting down and listening to speeches, listening to videos. Other 30% was the overwhelming part of it, and it was extremely hot. That's why they had virtual tours of the campus. I did learn that by stepping away, especially going to their bathrooms, because Cal State LA's bathrooms are air conditioning, really calmed me down. It was so quiet in there. It was cool in there. It was still, and it really, really gave me time to calm down. I would take about 5 to 10 minutes every time I would step into the bathroom. My hands, you guys, are my eyes, so I'm constantly touching things, doorknobs, displays, tables, check-in stations, anything and everything that they were trying to show me, I would have to touch, and that's my daily life. And just the idea of germs and dust and dirt on my hands always give me extremely itchy hands. And it's probably all in my head, but there's been times where I've rubbed my hands so hard that they're very sensitive and raw. But stepping into these bathrooms, I think I did like 4 or 5 times in just like 8.5 hours. Really calmed me down and really helped me wash my hands and just stepping away. And so yeah, that was my orientation. It was nothing as I expected. I expected this really big fair style event. I expected to be constantly moving under the sun. Did not happen. So overall, I was very happy with it, but disappointed in the information that I learned, just because I knew or know I'm not gonna need it. But yeah, that's it, you guys. Thank you guys for coming along and sticking with me. Have any questions, leave them down below, and we will see you guys in the next one.